The crystalline dome of the Krillian combat arena stretched 300 meters overhead, filled with the deafening roars of 40,000 alien spectators. Olivia stood in the center of the blood-stained sand, her breathing steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. The twin suns of Krylos Prime beat down through the transparent ceiling, casting harsh shadows across her determined face. Last chance. Human, the arena master's voice boomed across the stadium, his 6 eyes gleaming with what might have been amusement or pity. The towering Krillian gestured with one of his 4 arms toward the exit tunnel. Walk away now. Your species lacks the biological advantages necessary for survival. No human has ever survived the first round. Most don't last 30 seconds. Olivia rolled her shoulders, feeling the familiar weight of her combat harness. She'd spent 6 months training in Earth's maximum gravity chambers for this moment, 6 months since the Galactic Council had laughed at humanity's request for a seat at the table, 6 months since they'd offered this alternative: survive the arena, earn your species recognition. Watch me, she said, her voice carrying across the sudden silence that fell over the crowd. The arena master's mandibles clicked in what passed for Krillian laughter. So be it. Release the voice. A gate on the opposite side of the arena groaned open. What emerged made the crowd erupt in anticipation. The Vorathan stood for meters tall, its exoskeleton gleaming like polished obsidian, razor-sharp claws extended from 6 limbs, each capable of shearing through reinforced steel. Its compound eyes fixed on Olivia with predatory focus. The creature had killed 43 arena fighters in the past standard year. None had lasted more than 2 minutes. Olivia didn't move as the Vorathon charged, its footfalls shaking the arena floor. She'd studied the recordings of every one of its kills, memorized every pattern, every tell. The crowd's roar reached a fever pitch as the creature closed the distance 50 meters. 30, 20. At 10 meters, she moved. Her body dropped and rolled right as massive claws whistled through the space where her head had been. The Vorathan's momentum carried it forward, and Olivia was already on her feet, sprinting at an angle. She could hear Jox's voice in her head, her trainer's words from thousands of hours in the simulation chamber. You're not stronger, you're not faster, but you're smarter, and you're adaptable. Use it. The Vorathan spun with terrifying speed, but Olivia was already sliding beneath its thorax, her combat knife flashing. The blade found the joint she'd identified in the recordings, a weak point in the creature's armor where 2 plates met. Dark ichor sprayed across the sand as the Vorathan shrieked. The crowd's roar changed tone. Confusion rippled through the alien spectators. Humans weren't supposed to draw first blood. But Olivia wasn't done. The injury would slow the creature, but it wouldn't stop it. The Vorathon lashed out, and this time a claw caught her shoulder, sending her tumbling across the arena. Pain exploded through her body, but she forced herself to roll with the impact, coming up in a defensive crouch. Blood seeped through her combat suit. 30 seconds, she muttered, spitting sand from her mouth. I'm just getting started. The Vorathan circled her now, more cautious. It had never faced prey that fought back effectively. In the VIP section, Olivia could see the Galactic Council members leaning forward in their seats. The arena master's expression had shifted from amusement to something else. Interest. Olivia fainted left, then dove right as the Vorathan struck. She'd learned something from humanity's ancient warriors. Misdirection could defeat superior strength. Her knife found another joint, this time in the creature's rear leg. The Vorathan stumbled, and Olivia pressed her advantage. She moved like water, flowing around the creature's attacks, striking at weak points with surgical precision. Each cut was calculated, designed to reduce the Vorathan's mobility without exposing herself to fatal strikes. It was a strategy no other species would attempt. They relied on their natural advantages, their thick hides or energy shields or superior strength. Humans had none of those. What they had was the ability to analyze, adapt, and overcome. 3 minutes into the fight, the Vorathan was bleeding from a dozen wounds. Olivia's shoulder screamed in agony, and she could feel other bruises forming where near misses had clipped her. But she was still standing, still fighting. The creature charged again, desperation replacing strategy. Olivia waited until the last possible second, then dropped flat to the sand. The Vorathon's momentum carried it over her, and she drove her knife upward with both hands, finding the soft spot beneath its jaw that she'd identified in hour 47 of studying combat recordings. The Vorathon crashed to the arena floor and didn't rise. Silence blanketed the stadium. 40,000 aliens sat in stunned disbelief as Olivia stood over the fallen creature, chest heaving, blood dripping from multiple wounds. She turned slowly to face the arena master, her eyes never wavering. "Round 1, she said, her voice carrying in the silence. "What's round 2? The arena master stared at her for a long moment, then raised all 4 arms in salute. "The human survives." His voice boomed across the arena. For the first time in arena history, a human survives round 1. The crowd erupted, but not in the mocking laughter Olivia had heard before. This was different. This was respect, grudging and confused, but respect nonetheless. In the holding area beneath the arena, Jox watched on the monitor, a grin splitting his weathered face. He'd trained Olivia knowing this moment would come, knowing that humanity's strength wasn't in matching the galaxy's weapons, but in exceeding their expectations. "That's my goal," he whispered to the empty room. "Show them what humans are made of." In the arena above, Olivia stood tall despite her wounds, despite the pain, despite every biological disadvantage the galaxy said should have killed her. She stood as a testament to human resilience, human ingenuity, and human determination. The arena master had said no human survives round 1. Olivia had replied, "Watch me." And 40,000 aliens had learned a lesson that would echo across the galaxy. Never underestimate humanity, because when humans are told something is impossible, they don't accept defeat, they prove you wrong.